Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
We as human beings have much to do, and for what we have to do, we need much in the way of inspiration. And for that inspiration, we turn to our brothers and sisters who have gone before us and given of themselves to bring peace and justice and freedom into our world. Such a person was Sister Edith Ford, a Maryknoll missionary who died in 1980 in El Salvador. Before she died, she wrote these words to her niece, who lived in Brooklyn, on the occasion of Jennifer's 16th birthday. Dear Jennifer, the odds that this note will arrive for your birthday are poor, but know that I am with you in April as you celebrate 16 big ones. I hope it's a special day for you. I want to say something to you, and I wish I were there to talk to you, because sometimes letters don't get across all the meaning and the feeling, but I'll give it a try anyway. First of all, I love you, and I care about you very much. And that holds if you are an angel or a goof-off, a genius or a jerk. A lot of that is up to you and what you decide to do with your life. What I want to say, some of it isn't too jolly birthday talk, but it's real. Yesterday I stood looking at a 16-year-old who had been killed a few hours earlier. I know a lot of kids, even younger, who are dead. This is a terrible time in El Salvador for youth. A lot of idealism and commitment is getting snuffed out here. The reason why so many people are being killed are quite complicated, yet there are some clear and simple strands. One is that many people have found a meaning to live, to sacrifice, to struggle, and even to die. And whether their span is 16 years or 60 or 90, for them this life has had a purpose. In many ways, they are very fortunate people. Brooklyn, where you live, is not passing through the drama of El Salvador, but some things hold true wherever one is and at whatever age. What I am saying to you is, I hope you come to find that which gives your life a deep meaning, something worth living for, maybe even worth dying for, something that energizes you, enthuses you, and enables you to keep moving ahead. I cannot tell you what it might be. That's for you to find, to choose, and to love. I can just encourage you to start looking and support you in your search.
You may sit down. Hmm. 13 years ago, most of us were anticipating our first day of kindergarten. Our biggest worries were, will I find the classroom? Will I like the teacher? And will the teacher like me? Since that day, we've all come a very long way. It's been really hard sometimes, and we've all wanted to quit at one time or another. But we've also had some of the best times of our lives during these 13 years. We've met people who have become our closest friends and with whom we shared our happiest and saddest experiences. We wouldn't give up these years for anything. One of Carl Sandburg's poems exemplifies this feeling. Two bubbles found they had rainbows on their sides. They flickered out, saying, "It was worth being a bubble just to have held that rainbow 30 seconds. Those good times that we had are worth all the difficult times we had to go through during our school years. During these 13 years, we've been part of that great entity known as the educational system. This system has prepared us to face our future with confidence, excitement, and hope. We quickly overcame those early fears as we acquired very basic skills, learning to share, communicate, and listen. During the elementary years, we practiced these skills constantly, and as our abilities improved, we were able to expand on what we had learned. When we entered high school, our fears were different, but just as real as our early worries. Would I get lost? Were the classes a lot harder? Will those big seniors pick on me? But unlike those early years, we had been taught not just what to think, but how to think, and we were able to deal more effectively with our concerns. Today, we all have feelings similar to those we had on our first day of kindergarten and our first day of high school. Some uncertainty and nervousness about what comes next. But 13 years ago, we had nothing. Today, we have everything. We have self-confidence, knowledge of the arts and sciences, the ability to communicate and make friends, goals and ambitions, and a better understanding of ourselves. Tonight is the last time we will all be together. After tonight, each one of us will follow in his or her own direction in life. Some of us will go on to college, while others of us will enter the job market right away. But whatever we choose, each of us has had the opportunity to pursue education, the foundation for our future happiness. As Henry David Thoreau once said, "If you have built castles in the air, your work need not be lost. That is where they should be. Now, put foundations under them." Tonight, we can all be hopeful about our futures because our education has given us the abilities we need to put the foundations under our castles.
Tonight at graduation, we, the senior class of Columbia River High School, are to be recognized for our achievement. Although some among us have achieved more than others, we all have one accomplishment in common. Every one of us who receives a diploma this evening has completed a rigorous and demanding curriculum which has prepared us for higher education and employment. I wish this were true. Unfortunately, it is not. Many who will graduate tonight are remarkably unequipped to face the challenges that will be thrust upon them once they enter the real world. Still, they will be given a diploma and be applauded by friends and relatives. Sadly, graduation has become little more than a night to hand out attendance certificates. Until this is changed, American public schools will continue to produce young men and women who are unable to contribute to society. Who is to blame for this problem? Nearly everyone. Students obviously must accept much of the responsibility. To most students, attaining a high GPA is more important than receiving a good education. Snagging an A out of refresher math is preferable to a B out of algebra. Others want only to graduate and work hard enough to just pass. Parents, too, are guilty. Often they show little interest in their child's education. As long as junior is passing or bringing home acceptable grades, they are pleased. Rarely do they even consider their son or daughter's career or educational plans. Teachers are also part of the problem. For years, I watched in amazement as students who had not adequately completed their studies or met requirements to advance were passed on to the next grade level. Teachers in America today are reluctant to fail students due to tremendous pressures placed upon them by parents, administrators, and other teachers. As a direct result of this, the quality of education in the United States has not improved significantly over the past decades. Finally, we have our legislators to thank for this atrocious mess. Our congressmen have required that all children attend school until they are at least 16. Although this requirement was enacted with good intentions, its effects have been disastrous. Because of this ill-advised decision, our schools are now filled with students who have no desire to learn. Not only are they wasting their own time, but the time of the other students as well as teachers. Until education is made optional and prospective students are allowed to decide by themselves whether to enter school, our public schools will continue to be branded a failure. In addition, our government has refused to pay teachers adequately. This has caused many capable teachers to seek work in the private sector and has forced us, in many instances, to rely on less than able replacements. The overall quality of teachers has declined and will undoubtedly continue to do so until something is done to correct the situation. As I see it, our educational system is badly in need of change, and unless changes are made, our nation will suffer. Luckily, there's still time to change. We, the class of 1985, can make a difference. I hope we will.
When I was little, there was always a new toy that I wanted. Of course, I had other toys, but the new toy was so much better. I just knew I'd be happier if I had this new toy. I thought all my friends would think better of me. But after I got the toy and the newness wore off, it just wasn't all it was cracked up to be. And soon another new toy came along that would make me so much happier and make my life so much better. But toy after toy never quite did the trick. There was always something like that, the perfect toy, the perfect bike, the perfect car, or even the perfect guy. So many things are provided for us that we often lose a special part of us that makes us individuals, and we concentrate on what we own. True happiness will never come from what we own, but from being satisfied with ourselves, who we are as individuals. We can't be afraid to bring what's inside to life. I'd like to share a story with you written by Shel Silverstein, and it's called The Quest of Gimme Some Roy. There once was a boy called Gimme Some Roy. He was nothing like me or you, 'cause laying back, getting drunk and high was all he cared to do. As a kid, he sat in his cellar sniffing airplane glue, and then he smoked bananas, which was then the thing to do. He tried aspirin and Coca-Cola, breathed helium on the sly, and life was just one endless search to find that perfect high. But grass just made him want to kick back and eat chocolate chip pizza all night, and the great things he wrote while he was stoned looked crummy in the morning light, and speed just made him rap all day, Reds just laid him back, and Cocaine Rose was sweet to his nose, but her price nearly broke his back. He tried PCP and THC, but they didn't quite do the trick, and poppers nearly blew his heart, and mushrooms made him sick. Acid made him see the light, but he never remembered it long, and hashish was a little too weak, and smack was a lot too strong. Quaaludes made him stumble, booze just made him cry, till he heard of a cat named Baba Fats, who knew of the perfect high. Now Baba Fats was a hermit cat who lived up in Nepal, high on a craggy mountaintop up a sheer and icy wall. But hell, says Roy, I'm a healthy boy and I'll crawl or climb or fly, but I'll find that guru who'll give me the clue as to what's the perfect high. So out and off goes Gimme Some Roy to the land that knows no time, up a trail no man could conquer to a cliff no man could climb. For 14 years he tries that cliff, then back down again he slides, then sits and cries and climbs again, pursuing that perfect high. He's grinding his teeth, he's coughing blood, he's shaking and aching and weak, as starving and sore and bleeding and tore he reaches the mountain peak. And his eyes blink red like a snow-blind wolf, and he snarls the snarl of a rat, as there, in so perfect repose, and wearing no clothes, sits the godlike Baba Fats. "What's happening, Fats?" says Roy with joy. "I come to state my biz. I hear you're hip to the perfect trip. Please tell me what it is. For you see," says Roy to he, "that I'm about to die. So for my last ride, Fats, how can I achieve that perfect high?" "Well, dog my cats," says Baba Fats. "Here's one more burnout soul who's looking for some alchemist to turn his trip to gold. But you won't find it in no dealer's stash or on no druggist's shelf. Son, if you seek the perfect high, find it in yourself." "Why, you jive creep," screamed Gimme Some Roy. "I've climbed through rain and sleet. I've lost 3 fingers off my hands and 4 toes off my feet. I've braved the lair of the polar bear and tasted the maggot's kiss. Now you tell me the high is in myself? What kind of stuff is this?" "My ears, for they froze off," said Roy, "have heard all kinds of crap, but I didn't climb for 14 years to listen to that sophomore rap. And I didn't crawl up here to hear that the high is on the natch. So you tell me where the real stuff is, or I'll waste your guru fat." Okay, says Baba Fats. "You're forcing it out of me. There is a land beyond the sun that's known as Zabali, a wretched land of stone and sand where snakes and buzzards scream. And in that devil's garden grows the mystic tsutsu tree, and every 10 years it blooms one flower as white as the Key West sky, and he who eats that tsutsu flower will know the perfect high. For the rush comes on like a tidal wave, and it hits like the blazing sun. And the high, it lasts a lifetime, and the down don't ever come. But the Zabali land is ruled by a giant who stands 12 cubits high. With eyes of red in its 100 heads, he waits for the passerby. And you must slay that red-eyed giant and then swim the river of slime, where the mucus beasts who want to feast on those who journey by. And if you survive the giant and the beasts and swim the slimy sea, there's a blood-drinking witch who sharpens her teeth as she guards that tsutsu tree." "To hell with your witches and giants," laughs Roy. "To hell with the beasts of the sea. As long as the tsutsu flower blooms, some hope still blooms for me." And with tears of joy in his snow-blind eye, Roy hands the guru a 5. Then back down the icy mountain he crawls, pursuing that perfect high. "Well, that is that," says Baba Fats, sitting back down on his stone, facing another 1,000 years of talking to God alone. "It seems, Lord," says Fats, "it's all the same, old men or bright-eyed youth. It's always easier to sell them some lies than it is to give them the truth."
Time and time again, we wonder where we will be in 10 years and what we will be doing. But do we ever wonder if in 10 years we will fondly remember our high school days? When writing this poem, I tried to imagine how we might feel about our final year of high school long after it is gone. And this is what I came up with, reflections. As I sit by myself in my room and I dig through my treasure chest, I pull out my high school memory book filled with tokens I valued the best. I carefully flip through the pages and am taken to 10 years before, to the time of my life I remember so well, a time I desire once more. For this part of my life was so special. We were all very young and carefree. Each day was a learning experience where we dreamed of just what we would be. Remembering teachers and classes, some we wish we could quickly forget. Those C-Dub finals we managed to pass, each determined to graduate yet. As each new sports season came rolling around, our athletes were put to the test. To our competitors, we proved time and again that the Chieftains were always the best. And now I remember those dances. We were always so free and alive, yet I often still wonder the way we went wild, how our chaperones did even survive. When each weekend finally came, we were always filled with relief. But because of the Fridays we stayed out too late, the next morning we awakened with grief. I still can't believe how so quickly it passed, how it went from September to June, how we counted it down to that last final day. For the end, it was never too soon. On that special spring night, it was glorious indeed, as we marched in with our heads held up high. In our sea of purple robes, we were filled with such might, which would soon bring a tear to my eye. For that night was a symbol of all we had done and of goals we had tried to obtain. A special new closeness did float in the air from the unity we graduates gained. I remember that night long ago and reflect on the friendships we shared, such friends that made all our memories last, with each moment that showed that we cared. Though 10 years ago, it seems just yesterday that our school days were oh so alive. But no matter the time or what we may do, we'll remember the year '85.
School board member, parents, guardians, friends of the graduating class of 1985, on behalf of the staff of Columbia River High School, I welcome you. Before we begin the rest of the program, I think we do need to give a correction to our program and also credit where it was due. Our Star Spangled Banner was sung by Heidi Schumacher, and that was an error in your program, and Heidi did a wonderful job, and I think she deserves the credit. At this time, I would like to introduce to you tonight's special guest. He is Dr. Mike Greenwood. Dr. Greenwood is a member of the Vancouver School Board of Directors. Dr. Eiley Thompson, who is also on your program, had intended to be here, and I received a phone call this afternoon that he is ill. So at this time, Dr. Greenwood would like to say a few words to the graduating class of 1985. Dr. Greenwood?
Thank you, Ralph. Contrary to stories that Mr. DeTroy has told you during your practice for graduation, the purpose of the school board member is not to appear here tonight and give you a 20-minute speech on what you should do with the rest of your life. My purpose here is simply to bring you congratulations and good wishes from the Board of Directors of the Vancouver School District. You're all to be congratulated on your 12 years of hard work and effort. And I think we as school board members and some of us as parents are just as excited this evening, maybe in some cases more excited than you are. We know what the future holds for you, not necessarily the specific jobs and opportunities that will occur to you, but we know what opportunities are out there for you, and we're excited for your future. We know it will be a great future. And finally, I would again bring to you congratulations and best wishes from the Board of Directors. Thank you.
Tonight is the 95th annual high school commencement of the Vancouver Public Schools. It is also the 21st class to be graduated from Columbia River High School. I'd like to say a few words about the 4 graduates who spoke to you this evening. Both of our valedictorians, Dana Jacobson and Sean Short, are National Merit finalists. They both also have been recognized by the Washington Association of Secondary School Principals for their academic records, and also by the Presidential Academic Fitness Program. Dana Jacobson will be attending Willamette University this fall, where she will be majoring in languages. Dana has contributed much to Columbia River High School. She has served as a student officer, National Honor Society president, has participated in the music program, and she has done all of this while maintaining a 4.0 GPA. I congratulate her, and I wish her the best of everything in the future. Sean Short, our other valedictorian, will be attending Rose Ullman Institute of Technology in Illinois. He will be majoring in electrical engineering. While at Columbia River, Sean has been a member of our regional math team, I should say our regional championship math team, a member of last year's Knowledge Bowl team, which placed second in the region and first in the region and fourth in the state, and also a member of this year's Knowledge Bowl team, which placed second in the region. Sean, too, has been able to maintain a 4.0 GPA for his 3 years of high school. Congratulations to Sean, and good luck to you also. Hallie Ann Grant is our salutatorian. Hallie Ann also has been recognized by the Washington Association of Secondary School Principals and the President's Council on Academic Fitness for her academic achievements. Hallie was a member of the National Honor Society, participated in our school's music program, and also this year was a member of Columbia River's Championship Rally Squad. Hallie has been able to maintain a 3.97 GPA during her 3 years of high school. Hallie will be attending Clark College this next fall, and we wish the best of everything to Hallie. Congratulations, Hallie, and good luck. Our fourth speaker was Christy Faust. Christy has been our ASB president this past school year. I personally can't say enough about Christy and the mature manner in which she handled her position this year. I would like to personally thank her for a job well done, and on behalf of the staff and Mr. Eccleston and myself, who did work very close with the ASB officers and Christy, they were a tremendous help to us, as well as our senior class council was. Christy will be attending the University of Washington this next fall. We'll miss you, Christy. These individuals are to be commended for their achievements and also for sharing their real thoughts and feelings with us this evening. I'd also like to introduce the other platform guests this evening. To my left, Mrs. Sandy Lalonde, who is our assistant principal for curriculum. Sandy? And also our dear Mrs. Marge West, who is our senior class counselor. And Mrs. West has had the unique opportunity to have been with many of these students for 5 years, meaning that she was also a counselor for them at Jason Lee Junior High School before coming to Columbia River High School and having spent the last 2 years with the class of '85. So Mrs. Marge West, the senior class counselor. I think the actions of this class speak for themselves. They are a class with real class. We will also have another guest, but we'll introduce her a little bit later in the evening. At this time, would like to give recognition to the Scholarship Honor Roll. Because of the number of students comprising the Honor Roll, it would be inconsiderate to call each student's name. Rather, at this time, I would like to ask the entire group of Honor Roll students to stand and remain standing while I make an explanation. So honor roll students, would you please stand at this time? Stay standing. In this class, there are 108 honor students. The scholarship honor roll is comprised of those students who have acquired a grade point equivalency of B or better during their 3 years in the senior high school. You will note on your commencement program that these students have asterisks before their name and are wearing gold honor cords. Another group of students standing among the honor students are those members of our National Honor Society, and I would like to draw attention to them also. They are wearing purple and gold honor cords, and these people are also indicated in your program. I would like this time for all of us to give a big round of applause for our honor students because they have worked hard to achieve what they have done this evening. Thank you. You may sit down. In recognition of outstanding performances in various endeavors, the colleges and universities present scholarships to many of our students. We at Columbia River currently have, as far as we can tell, 29 seniors who have received such scholarships, totaling well over $100,000 in total scholarship money at this point. These students were honored on May 21st, along with our 108 honor students, our 19 Washington Association of Secondary School Principal Scholars, and our 31 Presidential Academic Fitness Award winners. We at Columbia River are very proud of the academic accomplishments of the class of 1985. Congratulations, and we sincerely hope that what you have learned at Columbia River will carry forth into your future endeavors. Columbia River has 7 exchange students this year who were eligible to go through our commencement program. 5 of them are receiving certificates of achievement, and 2 of them have met our graduation requirements and will be receiving a diploma. I would like to call on these people individually and would like them to stand and be recognized at this time. If I mispronounce your name, I'm sorry, but we'll do the best we can. Manuel Basano, who is here from the Philippines. Manuel, will you stand? Stephen Gutjahr, who is here from Germany. Stephen, or Stefan? Matthias Knuth, who is also here from Germany. Alberto Prego, who is here from Mexico. Alberto? Carlos Saboya, who is visiting us from Brazil. Carlos? We also have the 2 students that will be receiving diplomas and have met our graduation requirements, Adolfo Escaraga from Spain, and Martin Barnes from Australia. Stand up again. We want to give you all another round of applause and thank you for spending the year here at Columbia River. It is now my distinct honor to present the Citizenship Award to 2 of our deserving seniors. This is the 21st year that this award has been presented and is the highest recognition which the faculty at Columbia River gives to 2 graduating seniors. Recipients of the past 3 years are listed on the back of your program. The Citizenship Award is granted with the following points in mind. First, a willingness and a dependability. Second, a democratic spirit. Third, a high level of character. And fourth, having worked for the good of the group instead of oneself. The names of the winners of this award are engraved on this plaque, and it will stay here at Columbia River High School. This award is presented in honor of the late Mr. James Van Hoos, who was an assistant principal at Columbia River High School from August of 1969 to February of 1976. At this time, it gives me a great deal of pleasure to announce the 2 winners of the Columbia River High School Citizenship Award for the graduating class of 1985. Would James Dunn and Dana Jacobson please come forward? Ladies and gentlemen, graduates, the highlight of this evening's exercise is the awarding of diplomas. The diploma represents the efforts of many years of dedication and sacrifice in the hopes and dreams of both students and parents. Not all students who began with this class will have the distinction of receiving a diploma of graduation tonight. Only those who have met the school district requirement will be so rewarded. Before awarding the diplomas, however, I wish to paint a descriptive picture of the class of 1985. I will ask the seniors to stand in response to a series of questions that I will ask them. How many of you plan on attending a college or university in the state of Washington? Thank you. How many of you will be attending a college or university outside of the state of Washington? Thank you. How many of you will be attending a vocational technical school? How many of you plan on entering directly into the world of work? How many of you plan on attending a community college, inside or outside of the state of Washington? How many of you will be joining the armed services? How many of you have attended Vancouver School District schools for 13 years? How many of you have had parents attend Vancouver schools at any time? And finally, how many of you have had the pleasure of attending Columbia River High School for 3 years? Thank you. The senior class of 1985 is a very proud group of young people. They will be remembered as a very talented group, cooperative, and a very caring group of men and women. They have contributed much to Columbia River, and I thank them for that. They are a special group, and I've personally gotten to know many of them and their parents. We as a faculty are very proud of them and think a great deal of them. These young men and women have helped to make this a better place for all of us to be. I have personally feel very fortunate to have been able to work with the class of '85. From the faculty and the staff at Columbia River, I sincerely wish you graduates success and happiness. I also hope we, the staff of Columbia River, have played a major role in the successes that you have in the future. I was very excited this morning when I received a gift from the class of '85. Principals don't always receive gifts, but I was very excited about this, and I feel that I need to thank you this evening. Some of you may not know about it, but I need to thank the class of '85 for giving me something that I will treasure and keep around, and I thank you. If I can keep it away from my two boys who will probably want to fly it, I'll keep it in my office. Finally, before we award the diplomas, I'd like to read to you a letter written by one of your parents to their son or daughter, and I hope I can get through it. In practicing it, I had a difficult time getting through it. I'm not one to cry, but it's got some touching points in it. I think it best describes a parent's feeling and the feelings of many of us. It expresses very well the real feeling that we do care about you and that your parents, and I think we can include teachers and staff in this, we really do love you. Dear child, I love you. As you begin your next adventure in life, I'll watch with the same pride, hope, and fear as I watched your first smile, your first step, your first fall, your first date. From your first grade toothless smile to your beautiful young person smile, I have watched you growing up with pride and love. It's so hard to realize you don't need me to pick you up, change your diapers, to watch you cross the street, to tell you to be home early, to help you choose your clothes. The chubby cheeks and the fat little arms that wanted so many hugs and kisses are gone. But the hugs and kisses are just as special, and the few kisses leave lasting memories. As you begin the next part of your life, remember you are loved very much. Make yourself happy and always be a caring person. Remember to love, laugh, and be honest with yourself. Set your own goals and go for it. Don't forget, I'm watching you with love and pride, and always know you are a special person. Dear child, I love you. Signed, Mom. Tonight it is my privilege to present the class for the awarding of diplomas. 326 members of the senior class have met the graduation requirements of this high school and are recommended by the faculty to receive diplomas tonight. Mrs. West, senior class counselor, will award the diplomas. She will be assisted by Dr. Greenwood. Senior class council members Nell Malone and Jennifer King will read the names of their fellow students and fellow graduates. This is a very important part of the program for these 326 graduates. We hope that it's done with dignity, and we really hope that the audience will cooperate with us in recognizing these students and to do so in a manner that is befitting to them. Dr. Greenwood, I present to you the 326 members of the 1985 graduating class of Columbia River High School.
Evan Aquardi, Lisa Lynn Alcox, Todd Gerald Elias, Christine Marie Allen, Cindy Marie Alt, Lisa Joe Anderberg, Gregory Stephen Anderson, Jamie Diane Anderson, Jana Dilene Anderson, Richard Terrence Ashley, Stephen Roy Ashmore, Adolfo Jose Escaraga, Susan Danette Baliff, Brenda K. Baldwin, Linda Marie Bales, James Gustav Banks, Lori Lynn Bannerman, Martin Andrew Barnes, Tammy Ellen Barnes, Davis Allen Bartley, Sherilyn Gal Baxter, Brenda Sue Bedell, Brenda Lee Bellerud, Kathleen Marie Benjamin, Julie Lorraine Benke, Paul Joseph Bennett, Rick Berryman, Alva Wayne Duke Bettis, Ronald Eugene Blair, Troy Douglas Blattner, Sean Michael Bogle, Belinda Renee Bohannon, William Alfred Bonazelli, Bradley Scott Bowers, Curtis Allen Boxberger, Jeannie Louise Boyer, Peter Lawrence Brainerd, Holly Francis Brown, Kevin Lee Bryan, Timothy Patrick Buck, Stuart Francis Bussey, Mary Kay Carba, Carmen Julia Carlson, Catherine Ellen Carlson, William Marvin Case II, Lynn Ann Cassidy, Jill Zoanne Center, Kirk Loring Chandler, Timothy Daniel Chesum, Dawn Michael Chipman, Kevin William Chong, William Nicholas Cord, John Paul Christensen, Troy Allen Sosowski, Michael Dennis Clausen, Sandy Renee Collins, Patricia Gail Conrad, Ryan Stewart Copel, Karen Lynn Coles, Victor DeWitt Cressup III, Kari Crocker, David Wayne Crothers, Tabitha Marie Cunningham, Darlene Rosalie Scheck, Robert Todd Davis, Tracy Davis, Tony Lynn Dean, Kieran Paul Deans, Christopher Bird Deckett, Timothy Bryant Damon, Cheryl Ann Didier, Randall George Dillis, Tony Marie Dirksen, Molly D. Dollar, Dolores Ann Downey, Jean Marie Drake, James Kent Dunn III, Carla Ray Zerzan, John Wesley Eby, Adam Jeffrey Eichhorst, Sean Marie Elhard, Amy Joan Elkington, Carrie Sue Eshelman, Ramel Ramiz Estegoy, Christine Ann Faust, Eric Christopher Fedorovich, Brian John Ferguson, Jody Sue Fink, Jeffrey Wayne Furstenberg, Renee Marie Fisher, Michelle Marie Fisk, Elizabeth Ann Fletcher, Kurt Daniel Fliggy, Renee Lynn Foreman, Frank Hartman Forney, Timothy Michael Forrest, David Calvin Fox, Holly Ann Frank, Cindy Michelle Frazier, Darren Leroy Frymuth, Rebecca Edith Frost, Eric Hedrick Gable, Ronald Dean Garaguz, Keith Edward Garrison, David Scott Gassaway, Sarah Jean Gebhardt, Jack Leroy Getzinger, Rhonda Lynn Gibbs, Gregory Todd Gillard, Scott Edward Gillis, Stephen Sanders Gerard, Michael Lynn Gold, Raymond Dennis Gonzalez, Lance Owen Goodpaster, Mark Edward Gould, Hallie and Christina Grant, Lisa Renee Gravatt, Christine Elise Graves, Kelly Ann Green, Kevin Michael Greenwood, David Lawrence Gwen, Lila Elaine Habib, Michael Dean Haig, Marcy Eileen Haynes, Christina Marie Hall, David William Hamilton, Rebecca Eileen Hanauer, Mary Elizabeth Hanson, Rhonda Gail Harris, David Allen Harrison, Kenneth Errol Hart Jr., Troy Franklin Hart, Trent Eugene Harvey, Colin Michael Haug, Dana Ray Hawkins, Robert Odell Hayes, Travis Garner Heil, Kevin John Hermanson, Dane Keith Herring, Heidi Larice Hess, John Eric Hess, Bambi Lynn Hype, Christopher Doyle Hill, Kelly Ann Holman, Carrie Lynn Hansowitz, Krista Ann Hopper, James Floyd Howell, Kimberly Lynn Howell, Brett Evan Hurenko, Brian Allen Wadena, Raymond Joseph Hutchinson, Tiffany Michelle Younger Hutchinson, Robert Melvin Jackson, Andrew Henry Jacobs, Dana Lynn Jacobson, Andrea Ione Johnson, Kimberly Johnson, Deanna Lynn Johnston, Mark Vernon Jones, Carmen Sue Josephson, Karen Lynn Kalkofen, Patrick Larry Kellis, Jill Marie Kennedy, Bruce Lee Kern, Charles Edward Catola, Jennifer Liedell King, Gregory Russell Koistra, Lisa Ann Crowder, Melissa Ann Cruz, Paul Anthony Landers, Nina Lynn Lang, Yvette Jean LaRose,
Catherine June Larson, Heidi Marie Ledwith, John Patrick Leffel, Rochelle Lynn Lewis, Janelle Marie Lees, Brian Richard Llewellyn, Gordon Ralph Listig, Kevin Timothy Littoral, Stephanie Lee Lloyd, Gail Arlene Lawyer, Latanya Rochelle Long, Melissa Michelle Luby, Kara Dean Lusk, Bruce Wayne Moss Jr., Drew Franklin McNeil, Helen Elizabeth Malone, Jennifer Lynn Martin. Okay. Michelle Ann Martin, Stephen Ray Martin, Deborah Renee Massey, John William Matney, David Carl Mathieson, Patrick Joseph Matisse, Corey Dean Maxwell, Angela Marie McAllister, Sean Robert McCarran, Tammy Montrell McClendon, Kristen Marie McClure, Robert Bruce McDowell,
Mary Ann McIntosh, Michelle Marie McKee, Craig Patrick McMillan, Sean Richard McNabb, John Bayard Mendenhall, Troy Michael Myers, John Richard Miller, Robert Ward Miller, Laura Michelle Messinger, Sandra Lynn Mobley, Michelle Marie Mock, Darren J. Moline, Carrie Clark Moore, Daniel Arthur Moore, James Leslie Moore, Joseph Patrick Morin, Jeanette Marie Mosbar, Heidi Ann Nellis, Tan Du Nguyen, Long Thon Nguyen, Hong Tron Nguyen, Kelly Christina O'Burns, Vicki Lynn Olafson, Forrest Olin Olson, Matthew Gordon Olson, Scott Adrienne Orell, Adina Leanne Ostrom, David Edward Palmer, Rondi Susan Papik, David Douglas Patton, Fonda Marie P., Angela Michelle Pelkey, Victoria Renee Poloquin, Barbara Jo Peters, John Mark Peterson, Kimberly Jean Pfister, David Jacob Phillips, Robert Hale Pickett, Theodore Milton Pope Jr., Jamie Michelle Polton, Nicole Denise Prestrud, Heidi Lynn Pritchard, Heidi Jo Regal, Mark Patrick Ray, Nicholas Adam Reams, Vandy Dorn Rem, Stephanie Ellen Richard, Todd Edward Robinson, Deborah Faye Robinson, Christine Marie Rugg, Rod Allen Russell, Danielle Renee Salta, Patricia Lynn Sartorius, Trevor Philip Sayer, Kimberly Ann Schmick, Heidi Marie Schumacher, David Lynn Scott, Brian Arthur Service, Angela Jane Sessions, Verna Joanne Shackleton, Lee Wayne Shefchek, Mary Teddy Shipe, Sean Evan Short, Warren Thomas Shoulders, Guy William Sylvie, Drina Kathleen Simons, Kimberly Ann Sletter, Julie Suzanne Smith, Kimberly Ray Smith, Sarah Jane Smith, Michelle Eileen Smokey, Scott Howard Spencer, Trent William Steffen, Lisa Ann Stein, Gary William Stenland, Michelle Stevenson, Mitzi Lynn Stewart, Edward William Stoddard, Robert Eugene Stoops, Laura May Stremler, Julie Marie Starlowitz, Danielle J. Stump, Jennifer Elaine Sturdivant, Janine Ann Sturm, Carla Marie Swanson, Andre Walter Taylor, Vaughn Emmanuel Taylor, Bradley Richard Thomas, Amy Diane Thompson, Pamela Jane Thumb, Alan Dorr Tompkins, Lisa Marie Trembo, Byron Wade Tucker, Christina Lynn Tummelson, Rhonda K. Vetch, Daniel Kent Voiles Jr., Charles Allen Wagner, Jeff Allen Wakefield, Karen Elaine Walsh, Tad Richard Walsh, Matthew Robert Weaving, Dana Lynn Weems, Ronald Jarvis Wells, Christine Elizabeth Weiss, Ursula Marie Wayland, Mark Allen Wollock, Eric Lee White, Janine Catherine White, Kimberly Ann Witten, Thomas David Wilgus, Andrea Sue Wilkerson, Andrew Bruce Williams, Patricia Mary Williams, Dwayne Patrick Winchell, Tina Louise Wolgamuth, Jim Gregory Womack, Brett Richard Wood, Julie Melinda Wood, Derek Roger Woodson, and Certificates of Achievement, Manuel Bosano, Stefan Guchar, Matthias Ulrich Robert Knuth, Alberto Prego, and Carlos Saboya.
Congratulations, graduates, the class of '85.
This is one last song to the class of '85. As you see the banner below, the Columbia River Chieftains, we have Straight Ahead, and the song is all entitled to you. Whenever you're ready. And please listen to the words because they really have a lot of meaning. Day by day, dream by dream, I fight to find a way to go. Every day opens a different door. Every dream shadows the one before. But slowly I can see you waiting there for me. Straight ahead, I can see the light. Straight ahead, through the dark. Straight ahead, there's no left or right. Straight ahead, to your heart. Carry on through the night. When the road is hard to find, lying lights tell me to turn around. Lying thoughts tell me I'm lost, not found. But feeling I can see you waiting there for me. Straight ahead, I can see the light. Straight ahead, through the dark. Straight ahead, there's no left or right. Straight ahead, to your heart. Straight ahead. Straight ahead. Straight ahead, we can see the light. Straight ahead, to the dark. Straight ahead, there's no left or right. Straight ahead, to your heart. Straight ahead. Thanks.
You guys ready? Oh, chieftains brave, we sing to thee. You're worthy of our praise. We proudly wear your colors fair. To thee our voices raise. The memories I cherish that you have have given me. O alma mater, Columbia River High, we pledge our loyalty